Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sunday Evening Chat. I am Death from Above, joined as always by Luna Wolf MXS. Luna Wolf, what's up?
Brooklyn style pizza.
That's what's up?
That's what's up.
All right. So welcome. This is the Sunday Evening Chat. Time to get together and have a wonderful podcast YouTube video stream live on Twitch. I do these live every Sunday night, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, and it's 4 a.m. in the Netherlands. We found that out a minute ago. And so if you want to join and you're watching on YouTube right now, I do them every Sunday night right then. So we're going to do a Sunday Evening Chat tonight, hang out and just talk about anything. We don't have a structure. We don't have a normal flow. We just kind of sit here and talk about life, talk about video games, talk about work, talk about cars, talk about chewing gum. We'll talk about shoes. I don't know. Chewing gum on your shoes. But
bananas?
Bananas, yes. B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
Sometimes.
Whatever we feel like talking about. So we're hanging out. If you want to ask questions in chat, feel free. There's no structure, so get along, little doggy, and we'll do that. If you're watching on YouTube right now, leave a comment, and I will hit those at the beginning of next week's video. So right now, the comments from last week's video. We had a very excellent question from Safk the Beast. He said, "Nice, bro, as always. Keep up the work and stay awesome." The excellent question, and the answer to your question is B42, and I appreciate it. Thank you. So,
Like to the right or to the left?
11 o'clock.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
11
there you go.
Okay. No, I feel you.
But seriously, if you have a question you want to get answered on stream, live on the video, ask it in the comments of the YouTube video if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're watching on Twitch, just ask away. I'll hit it. And Zelja says, woo, or wow, and GG, mate. So, Sunday Evening Chat, what we like to do in the beginning, B42. Yep, B42 sloth face. Luna Wolf doesn't watch chat most of the time, so sometimes he doesn't have any idea what I'm talking about. But I'm having a beer. We're going to talk about drink selections. We do that first thing in the video stream podcast.
I already announced mine earlier.
I'm drinking a beer, but it wasn't on the stream. I'm drinking a beer out of a Spider-Man. It's a Spider-Man glass. I've been keeping it in my freezer. I'm drinking a Lagunitas Sucks, which is a substitute for the beer I was trying to get. It's brown sugar. They don't have it. I think it's just seasonal. So they have this year-round. They only have that one occasionally. So that's what I'm drinking right now. Luna Wolf, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a Bombshell Blonde Ale. It's from. I actually told
a serious
your,
departure for you.
I know. I told your peeps. It was Lone Star Brewing Company. It's Southern Star Brewing Company.
Oh,
Texas.
So we had what I like to do with the Sunday Evening Chats is I'll get on stream 15-30 minutes early before, like I start at 9 p.m. Central, so 9 p.m. my time. But I usually get on stream earlier than that, set everything up, make sure everything's working good, and get Luna Wolf to be like, "Hey, get in the stream and let's get on Discord and talk." So tonight, I got everything turned on and hooked up. I was a little bit early actually, so I made a beer run and got some beer and came back and tucked the kids into bed, stuff like that. And then I was like, "Lee, aka Luna Wolf, get on Discord." He's like, "I'm there." I'm like, "I see you, but I can't hear you." And it took like for 10 solid minutes. I know he was talking because the stream was telling me what he was saying, and I couldn't hear him. Like, I couldn't hear him, but they couldn't. It was freaking me out for a minute. And I was thinking, all right, I know it's something in my computer because I can see that it's working, but I can't hear him. And after a few minutes of looking and making sure I wasn't just going crazy and they weren't messing with me, I figured out my computer's output settings for communication was set wrong, and so I fixed it. But it was weird because I knew he was talking. And it was freaking me out because the stream could hear him, but I couldn't hear him. So that's
why I was carrying on my own show.
Yeah, he was carrying the show. I'm gonna let you do that for the rest of the show. So go.
No, you would have to act like you couldn't hear me and just keep talking, and then I'll talk right to you.
That would be a great video. Just us talking over each other, pretending like the other one wasn't talking. So, currently the backdrop of the Sunday Evening Chat right now is my Warlock dancing by Lord Saladin of the Iron Banner. It's been Iron Banner this week in Destiny. I played a lot of that. We'll talk about gaming a little bit later. But There's some presents. Did you go by the postmaster, sir?
Yeah, she just gave me like a special box or whatever.
Yeah, it's like a dance and a shader and an
Oh,
exotic
I didn't
class
get that.
item. You didn't get any of that?
Nah,
What did it give you?
they hate me.
Yeah,
No, they just gave me
most-
like a gun, like an emerald or whatever it's called.
An emblem?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they hate me. They didn't give me
Sure
anything
that's all
like an
you got?
emblem or. Yeah, I didn't. I'll go look, but
Well, anyway, there's been a bug. There's been a bug with Xbox Live where somehow we're getting the pre-order bonuses for the Taken King in our postmaster right now. Like I didn't pre-order it on Xbox or something. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I didn't. It was the collector's edition I didn't pre-order, so I didn't get a couple special things like some special dances and an exotic class item. But they just showed up this week, so now I do have them. This is the dance. And I don't know. It was a bug, like either a bug or Xbox Live screwed something up, but I don't know.
oh,
Whatever.
it's like a salsa dance.
Zelgius, I've gotten into drinking Red Bull. I'll only drink like one a day though, no more than that. And I was looking at some vodka. I was like, I could drink a Red Bull and vodka. That'd be yummy. But I just couldn't. I was like, I really want to wake up in the morning, so I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. I want to go to sleep tonight, so I'm not gonna
here
do
we-
that. So
There's
I don't know.
the treasure.
I want to do. I've been enjoying Red Bull. It's a tasted drink, but I don't know. Bronco's back. Welcome back.
No, I didn't get any dances.
That's weird. I don't know. Maybe it's just certain people, but I don't know. I've got the I picked it up on all of my characters, and I wasn't supposed to have it because I didn't buy it. So I don't.
Wait a
know.
minute. We got a new thing from the postmaster. Just showed up.
Really?
Yeah, I just got a green thing just show up on the
That's
postmaster.
weird.
Let's see.
Bronco says you got some
it's
hard root beer and some Shock Top. Ooh, Shock Top's good. I like Shock Top.
Yeah, Shock Talk is pretty good.
It'll give me a headache if I drink more than 2, though.
Yeah, they're not.
I don't know
good
why it
like
does that. There's something about the sweet beers. Shock Top and Blue Moon give you a headache. Give me a headache. I know it gives Luna a
Yeah,
headache.
Blue Moon.
If you drink more
Blue
than 2.
Moon, definitely. Yeah.
Zelgius says waking up and going to sleep is for the weak.
I
Maybe.
got.
You'll die eventually. There's that Asian guy that stayed up to watch the Olympics for 2 weeks and he ended up dying. I don't know the
Did
rest
he
of the
really
story,
die?
but I know he didn't sleep and then he died.
That's
That's an old story, but it
Ugh,
happened
issues.
apparently, or at least the story was told somewhere, and I heard it and I believed it.
The story was told. Oh god, that was kind of.
So, general structure for the Sunday evening chat, we like to talk about kind of. We'll go into what's been going on for us. So, did you get anything in the postmaster?
No, I didn't get it. It said I lost a yellow chroma, so I was like, okay, I went and got it.
Oh well. But yeah, the Sunday evening chat, we generally like to start off with kind of what we did this past week, and then we'll get into what games we've been playing this week, and then we'll just talk about whatever, maybe UFC or sports or beer or I don't know, anything. So this week for me was a pretty interesting week, I think. I always get to the Sunday evening chat and I think back on my week and I go, what did I do? I can't even remember.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
it's like all a blur.
I've started doing some daily vlogs on my YouTube channel, so there's a little bit of a record. I played some Pokemon Go, but that's kind of waning for me because I don't actually go outside and walk around any times. I just drive to and from places, so I don't play it as much. Other than that, went to work, did some kids stuff. My wife worked late a couple nights, so I watched the kids until bedtime, which is fine. This weekend we went swimming yesterday, which is not that exciting, but it's fun. We didn't do anything real crazy. We've been out to eat a couple times. I will say my kids are finally getting to the stage where they'll sit and eat dinner with you, almost.
Yeah.
Like
Almost.
my daughter, yeah, my daughter's still a Mexican jumping bean. She wants to jump to everybody's lap. But my son sat at dinner last night, the whole time. We were at a Japanese steakhouse though, so it's kind of entertaining for him. He was sitting there watching them make the food. So it's closer than it has ever been. But the thing is, we've taken them out to eat with us since they've been born. So it's not like this is an adventure for us. This is what we've done. since they've been born. So we're always taking them to dinner with us. So it's just they're either gonna scream and like I used to get so nervous when they would start to cry and scream at dinner. And then I was sitting there tonight and Kira was screaming about something, my daughter, and I did not even care. Like I don't care. Just don't care. Just scream your head off. You'll give up in a second, and we'll move along. So it's like she didn't want to sit in the baby seat or something. So,
Wait, how old is she now?
She is 18 months. She just had her 18-month checkup. She's currently potty training. Strangely enough.
Jeez.
Yeah. My
son,
son, we cannot get interested, but Kira is potty training, and she's the younger one.
he'll be like, I remember before I left for boot camp, Logan wouldn't talk. The youngest or the oldest of my brother's children. And when they had Sam before I went. And Sam, while I was in boot camp, started talking. And when I came back, Logan was talking. Yeah. It was almost like he was like, well, I'm going to drag this out as long as I can. As soon as Sam started talking, he was like, oh, guys, I was just kidding. I can talk. He's not the first to talk.
It was just a prank, bro. Just a prank, bro.
It's so funny how kids learn from each other.
Yeah. Zelgius, 4 o'clock and booze don't mix. Yeah, no, you're going to be asleep soon. Asleep.
In the Netherlands.
Yeah, in the Netherlands.
Is that how they talk in the Netherlands? I am from the Netherlands. What do they do in the Netherlands? they just kind of hang out and they're like...
And no, they're normal people.
They're like, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'd love to go there. It seems cool. I don't know what there is to do or anything like that, but I don't know. I've gotten of the mood lately that I'd like to travel, which is stupid because before I had kids, I didn't want to go anywhere. It's like I don't want to go anywhere or do anything. And now that I have kids, I'm like, I'd like to go to Europe. I'd like to go to all these different places. It's like, well, dang it, it costs money now that I don't have.
Yeah, that's why. Just join the military. They'll send you places for free.
That's right. Yeah, totally doable.
And you'll hate them. Mm-hmm. You'll hate those places because everybody there knows you're military, so they're like, "Get out of here." That's how everybody talks in Europe. Everywhere they're like, "You get out of my country, boy."
Yep. You go to a Japanese island and they talk just like that.
Yep, they're like, "You get out of my country, white boy." Just like that.
And then they sit down in their rocking chair and spit in their spittoon and their boards creak.
And they're like, it's going to be warm today.
Their old dog starts barking at you.
Going to be hot tomorrow.
Yeah, Zelgius, that is definitely his accurate description. But, I don't know, what'd you do this week? Good sir?
We did like a lot of training on base.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that. You were telling me last week you got a new thing to do. Get to talk to the pilots and such.
Oh yeah, that's kind of fun. But like we had, I should have sent you a picture. I can't remember everybody who would be interested to send pictures to. We had 2 Marine Ospreys come in just for training. They like landed or whatever and got out and went and ate lunch downtown and then came back and then took off.
That's kind of neat.
That was really cool. And while I felt like America. Like that's what I felt like. I was working on the flight line and there was T-38s flying over, their little training fighters. Mm-hmm. There was 2 Ospreys landing. There was a Chinook doing they go on compass row and check their navigation or whatever. They spin around and check their navigation.
Yeah.
And Blake, a mutual friend of ours, sent me a text and was like, what's going on base? And I was like, I don't know, just people flying around. He was like, no, there's like a F-16 flying around, which he didn't know what it was. He was like, there's a fighter flying around. And I was like, no, there's not. And as soon as I sent him the message, no, there's not, an F-16 comes, I'm talking about freaking scooting over the runway. And it had air-to-air missiles on it.
No, weird.
So I was like, what's going on? This is crazy.
I don't know. I guess Maverick decided to do a flyby.
Yeah.
Zelgius said, whoa, where'd that daylight come from? He's off. He's out of here. I mean,
is it really the sun coming up?
I guess.
The sun comes up in the Netherlands.
A little bit north, getting that sunlight. I usually get up before the sun comes up here, too. But that sounds
I
that
did,
sounds pretty. I've always liked fighter jets, so that
yesterday,
sounds
not
cool
today.
to me.
It was kind of crazy. I felt like Trump.
You
I felt like Donald Trump riding the back of a shark with laser beams on its head, rockets straight to his dorsal fin.
saying "Merca."
Merca, and his like a gun comes out of the top of his hair. M16.
That's what's
starts
under
shooting
there.
off.
That's what's under there. No gun.
Merca.
It's like Chuck Norris's beard contains another fist. Donald Trump's hair contains all his money and a gun.
Yeah, and a wall for Mexico. A Mexican wall.
We're getting dangerously close to political viewpoints in this podcast YouTube video stream, and I'm going to avoid those like the plague. Listen,
It's
if
funny,
you want to
though.
know what my politics, my religion, or my third thing that I can't think of to mention is, you're going to have to find me in person and ask. Other than that, you're not going to know on this stream. So,
Well, I'm kind of like of the school, which most of your, like, I say government employees, but I really mean military.
Yeah.
Most of your, like, government employees, they kind of think the whole thing's a joke. Just about all of them I've met. Like, the whole, like, top of the government
yeah.
system's just a joke.
I don't.
So
Yeah, I
it's
don't
just
care what party
constant-
you are. They're all corrupt.
Yeah. Like nobody's like, yay, Trump, or like, yay, Hillary. You know, it's all kind of like, whatever.
Whatever.
They're all going to screw us.
Pretty much. Oh man, speaking of screwing us, let's talk about video games. I don't know how those two things connect, but
Speaking of screwing us,
speaking of screwing,
Little Wolf's
I mean, you
freaking
know,
his character's freaking out.
speaking of screwing, let's change
Where you
let's
at?
just change the perspective of my character so I can have something else in the background while we talk. I'm just gonna kneel right here. That's pretty nice.
I will follow
But
you to
video
the
games. So
earth.
you usually play on Mondays and Sunday nights. What have you been playing?
Yeah.
Anything?
Mostly Armor 3. I've been getting down
Oh,
crazy
yeah.
on some Armor 3.
You need to.
It's fun, man.
Man, I've got I'm excited for Battlefield. There's been a lot of videos and people showing off the alpha and stuff, and it looks pretty fun. It just looks like Battlefield 4 and set in World War One, but with, you know, everything's better, which I'm down with.
They changed something. There's a dynamic in the game. When you shoot, you don't show up on radar. That's what I was
Oh,
thinking.
weird.
They took that. Yeah, I was watching a video on it. When you shoot, you don't show up on radar anymore.
It's good
Which
for
is-
snipers.
Yeah, and that's what the guy whose video I was watching, I can't remember his name, he's like British or something. But he's like incredible, phenomenal, to the point where I think he's using like some software. to
Like
hack
an
into
aimbot
the
or
game.
something, yeah.
Yeah, because he'll just kind of like y'all might know who I'm talking about. You might know who I'm talking about. I can't remember his name, but he's a British dude that does all these videos about video games. But like he's obsessed with sniper. Like that's all he does is snipe. So in the beta, he's just kind of just like he'll pop up and just blind fire and boom, headshot.
Yeah,
you know,
boom,
like
headshot.
non-stop. And he doesn't. He only dies when like he gets outnumbered or something. He's crazy. But
I mean, those people are out there.
yeah, but I mean that's all he does all day long. He doesn't have a job. He
Well, that
just
is his
like
job.
video games. Yeah, that is his job to YouTube and stuff. So
YouTube.
all day long he's playing. YouTube. So I'm
YouTube.
thinking the dynamics are the same. Like
Yeah, they look the same. The game engine looks the same. So
Yeah.
everything should probably feel very good. I mean, we a little history on us. We used to sit down, and I know I've mentioned this before on stream. We used to sit down every night and play some Battlefield, like Battlefield
Yeah.
3. We would just. This was before I had kids. Same house. I remember my office was upstairs in my son's bedroom. I would just.
Yeah.
My wife would get mad at me, and I would sit in there and play video games all night. And she just.
And that's when my brother would play with us.
Yeah.
That was a lot of
We made friends in Battlefield. It was awesome.
yeah.
If I'd have known about YouTube and how to do it then, I'd be a billionaire. Or Twitch
I know,
streaming, man.
really.
I could have been partnered for the amount of time that we spent playing if I'd have been streaming it. Man.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Making that
Man, shoot.
making that money.
But I'm excited about the new Battlefield. I could get into a military style shooter that's not The Division. Because that's not really.
Or-
I don't know what that game is now.
Call
But-
of Booty.
Call of Duty. That's not. That's just Call of Duty. I don't know. They've got their own place in the gaming culture that I don't subscribe to. I'm very.
We should do a new we should do a new like segment, even though like we don't really do segments, except for beer. Beer's like
Beer.
the only segment that's stuck.
beer.
We should do what the military is into, and
Okay.
talking about Call of Duty. Call of Duty is out. No one in the military plays Call of Duty.
Because I remember that was
I've
the
got-
only thing they played for a while. Like, you could
Yeah,
hear
that
people
was
playing
because
it.
you could go to the desert, and once they hooked up Wi-Fi in the deed, you could play on Wi-Fi, and like Call of Duty was the only game that really would work. You
Yeah.
couldn't play like Battlefield or anything that I guess took too much,
Yeah.
like had too many people playing. But
Well,
Call
yeah.
of Duty's out.
Call of Duty probably worked because one, it had the largest player base, so you get matched with people that were closer to you, and two, it's
Yeah.
probably a more simple multiplayer online connection than Battlefield.
Yeah, because the maps aren't that big, stuff
Yeah.
like that. Pokemon is like it's halfway in. There's half
Ooh.
of the people they love it, and half of the people absolutely hate it. Most
I
of the
think
active
that's the
duty
general
guys like it.
consensus with the world right now.
Yeah, it's true.
Like half people love
I
it,
don't-
half the people hate it.
I don't understand what's to hate about. Like,
But the people that
why
hate
do
it
you-
are still playing it.
yeah, they're just closet players.
Yeah, they just don't tell you. They just want to hate on it too. So
It used to be Clash of Clans. Clash of Clans was the phone game, which it still kind of is, because that's not a game that you just give up on because you put so much time into building your thing up that you're not going to give up on it. But right now it's Pokemon War, pretty much. People who hate it, people who love it.
Lord Shax is checking me out. So I can't. Speaking of Pokemon, I can't. I don't know. I don't know if it's worn out on me or if just my life doesn't play well with Pokemon. But I've kind of fizzled out on it a little bit. I still like it. It's still cool. I still want to collect them all,
Yeah.
but I don't. It's like getting a gym and defending it. It's like I gotta stop. If I want to do that to a gym, I gotta stop on my way to or from work, sit in my car for
Yeah.
15 minutes and battle at a gym, which is fine. I do it occasionally, but now it's just whatever. I don't really, So I'll pull it up and play it. I'll grab the Pokestops to and from work, and then that's about it. All I'm doing. So I don't know if it's going to be an app that I continue to have for long term. I'm just wondering, but there'll be additions like player battling, like me and my wife could battle, which would not be fun because
Yeah.
she'd get mad at me for beating her, or like me and you could battle or something. So that's coming. Player trading, so I could give her good Pokemons and we have an even fight, or stuff like that. all that stuff's coming, so it'll be interesting. I want to know if it's
I
gonna.
thought player trading was supposed to be here now.
I don't. It may have been one of those things that they mentioned was coming at launch, and then they decided not to let it happen immediately. So I know it's not here yet, but we'll see. I don't know.
I'm trying to think like my motivation, because I'm kind of in the same boat with you, whereas maybe in the morning I'll stop and hit a Pokestop or something.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 on base at work, so I'll hit those sometimes if I'm like walking to the BX or whatever. And then on the way back home, I might stop at the park, the little small park, which
Yeah.
it sucks. I have to get out of my truck and kind of walk a little bit to pick it up. And everybody always stares at me, because it's a park, there's little kids.
Yeah.
Even though I don't look like a weirdo,
Just show
they
them
just
your
kinda
phone and
stare
say
at me.
Pokemon. And they're like,
Yeah, just yell. I went today and put one of my Pokemon in it because it was already held by the red team.
Yeah.
So I went and threw one in there, and this dude's like, I'm messing with my phone, and I kept noticing this dude's like staring at me. He's like pushing his son on the swing set or whatever. And he's just like staring me down. And I guess like he was like, why is this guy looking at me? But I'm like, why is this guy looking at me? So it's like a back and forth.
Were you wearing your camo gear?
No, I
Oh,
was
you're just in street clothes.
because it was today. Yeah, I was off today.
Oh yeah.
I was
okay,
wearing
Sunday.
some like swim trunks and like I had the shirt that actually you and Natasha bought, the purple
remember.
cobras.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had that on. I randomly pulled that out of the closet and was like, okay, I'll wear this today.
You should have
That's
just had
swim trunks.
you should have just had some sunglasses, a mustache, and a trench coat on, and a
Yes.
sign that said "Bring me your children."
Oh,
what could go wrong?
speaking of mustache, I
Okay.
got my hair cut next to it's Jerry Tracey. Yeah.
Oh,
I got
Jerry.
my hair cut next to Jerry Tracey. local weatherman.
Local
He's been a
weatherman.
weatherman like 1989.
That's
But
funny.
I wish I heard him talking and I was like, man, this guy's got a good voice. And when he was walking out, she made a joke about Jerry Tracey, and I looked and I was like, that's Jerry Tracey. She's like, yeah. I was like, God, I should have asked him why he shaved his damn mustache off.
This is a local.
He looks like a
weatherman.
weirdo.
He does. I know what you're talking about. There's a local weatherman on one of the channels here in town, Jerry Tracy, that he was apparently next to. They had I remember him. He had a mustache for a long time.
Yeah.
Because he's always on the weather.
For a
You always
really
saw him.
long
And then he shaved it, and he looks weird. It's
Yeah,
like my
he
wife's-
looks like a weirdo.
My wife's dad has a mustache. Like, he's always had a mustache. My wife does not remember him without a mustache. So if he ever shaved
better
his
not
mustache,
shave it.
it's that kind of traumatic experience. Like, you can't shave it. You got a
It's
mustache
like-
now. It's just what you got.
It's like your face disappeared. That's what
Yeah.
it looks like when you know someone has a mustache. For, like
Your face
once they
disappeared.
shave it, you're like your face is blank. You're a nobody.
Oh, gosh. Your face is blank. I gotta remember
But
that.
it's the other way around. Like if me or you grew a mustache, people would be like, "You fucking weirdo."
Oh, yeah,
Sorry
yeah.
for the language, but that's
don't
the way they would react. You weirdo! You get away from my children. We're like, no, it's just we were just running out for mustache march.
You 80s homosexual, get away from me.
No,
I just want it. I like it. If I try to grow one, people would tell me to go back on the other side of that wall Donald Trump wants to build. Because that's how mine comes in.
the Mexican stash. That's funny.
That would be.
I don't even know where that started because
Oh, I don't know.
the two. I grew mustaches in the deed with two Mexicans, like real deal Hispanic speaking, from California, and they grew like excellent mustache, like big, massive mustaches. I wish I would have
I think
asked them
it's-
because they were cool enough to be
I
like.
think
"What's
it's
a
more of a
Mexican stash?"
California thing than an actual Mexico thing. Because
Yeah.
people in
Oh,
California, the gangster.
dirt stash.
Yeah, that's what it is. But enough of that. I don't know what to segue to. I just want to get off of that topic.
Enough of the mustache.
Enough of the mustache. We need to get some Battlefield on stream one day. Maybe next week we'll do it for the Sunday evening chat. We'll do some Battlefield in some.
Yours
Sunday
is
evening
loaded,
chat.
isn't it?
Yeah, well, I'm ready to go. We can do it.
That.
So we're gonna do a little Iron Banner after the stream, or not after the stream, after the video tonight. So if you ever wanted to play, we're doing it. We do it every Sunday night. We usually play after, and if anybody wants to join, we allow it.
Oh,
So-
I won't. I probably won't be on next weekend. I'm gonna be in Georgia for the next 2 weeks.
That's cool. What would next week be? Next week will be August, I believe. They're close to it.
Yeah, I'll be.
No,
I'll
it'll be.
getting
It'll
back
still be.
in
It'll be the last
August.
day of July. But we're trying to plan some trips. We've got. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to Destiny Con. I know you probably don't know what Destiny Con is, but I don't know if I'm gonna
Yes,
make
I
it.
do, 'cause
okay, good.
you were-
So,
How much have you made so far? Didn't you
well,
have a thing?
I'm conglomerating a lot of different cash together. It's not the cash that's the issue. It's the time away from the kids and,
Yeah.
and Natasha, and the struggle of it would be cash that would be money better spent other places, because we have we have two small children and we have a lot of bills, like just crushing amounts of bills. So if you ever have kids, realize that babysitters and daycare will eliminate a third of your income. You're just going to lose it. So that's one of the things when you have kids you don't know how to plan for, because you don't know, you've never done it. So you have no experience with it. So real dad talk, plan to
Real
spend
dad.
real dad talk. I'm serious. Honestly, maybe a sixth of our income goes to childcare. So I mean, like we went out last night and saw the new Star Trek movie, and we paid a babysitter to watch our kids. So it was $60, but we were going. I mean, it was a good solid dinner and a movie, but still,
Yeah.
movie tickets, food, snacks at the movie, and babysitter.
$24.
You're into triple digits for a night out. so.
$24. Yeah.
Bronco
$24
says,
for
which is why I'm
tickets.
never having kids. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, once the kids get into school, everything gets much cheaper. As
Well,
far as
I'm
childcare
thinking-
during the day, I'm going to say go do your work.
I'm thinking you have kids, which is probably not like this, but I'm thinking about having kids just for the fact that I won't have to cut grass ever again. I won't
You
have to
gotta-
dig
yeah.
anything.
Eventually, that's true. Eventually.
I'm pretty much going to have child labor.
Yep.
That's what's
I mean,
gonna
what
happen.
parent doesn't have child labor?
That's true.
But
Get out there and dig the yard, boy.
I mean, my dad did that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how I got to that tangent, but yeah, money. I mean, it's not
That's
just
what-
that kids are expensive. It's that we've got too many payments. Like we're trying to pare down things. Oh, DestinyCon, yeah. So I was thinking about trips recently, and they want to go to the beach again. Like my wife's parents want to take us to the beach again, which I'm never going to say no to. But they want to go the week after DestinyCon, and I'm going.
Yeah.
I still want to go. I haven't ruled it out, and money's not the issue anymore. It's just the time away and getting everything squared away. So
Where's it going to be, though?
it's in Tampa, Florida.
Okay.
It's about
so
an
you could
8-hour
ride it
drive.
from there.
8 or 9 hour drive. Which I looked
When
into
is
plane
it? What
tickets. August 25th. Well, no, it's the 27th. It's just
Oh,
one
okay.
day, Saturday, August 27th. But I was gonna volunteer and help the day before to set up, and you know it's a bunch of streamers and YouTubers and all that stuff. And I want to go do that, be involved, and do all this stuff. So I don't know. It's one of those things that I don't have to like book anything, and if the week before it turns out I can go, I can just rent a car and drive down there. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm not sure how the situation is going to turn out. I have priced out everything. I know exactly how much it's going to cost. I have the money. Just recently, I got I don't make much money on YouTube, but I make enough to cover all of my gaming expenses. And if I redirect that money, and get a little bit of stuff done. So I've got the money. Like the DestinyCon goal that was on my stream, I'm pretty much there. So I've sold a couple things, gotten some tips, gotten some YouTube money, and I've got enough earned to pay for it. But it's one of those things. It's like, yes, you could go and spend the money to do that, or we could, not have this bill that we have to pay. It's like, yeah, I know. So it's a push-pull game. It's like there's a lot going on with if I go or not. So it's all individual stuff. It's like, one person's family is different than another person's family, so what works for them may not work for the other family. So, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not ruling it out. I'm not saying I'm not going. I'd love to go. We'll just have to see. It might be one of those game time decisions. I don't know.
Watch copy.
But we live in Alabama and football's coming. It's like I don't care that much about football, but I really enjoy the excitement of a fall Saturday watching football. It's like I have a team, but I'll watch them all just because I like the feeling.
Yeah.
So I don't know. My wife, I crack myself up. Not my wife. I tell her, hey, you know what starts soon, right? And she's like, no, what? I said, football, and she's like, I don't care. I don't care about football.
She's like,
So but I've done it for so long. She's started to care that I care, and she's doing nice things. Like she'll buy my kids Auburn clothes that they can wear on the football game days. Oh, that's nice. And then she'll know I like chips and dip while we watch football or stuff. So she used to be like, football's stupid, I hate it. Now she's like, football's stupid, I hate it, but I will help you enjoy your day of football, which is it's all I need. So I've gotten excited about that. It helps when Auburn has good seasons, but if they don't, I'll still enjoy watching football.
Well, that's what it seems like Auburn has all right, we suck, we're amazing.
Yeah.
We suck. And Alabama's kind of like, we're amazing, we're amazing, we're amazing, we're mediocre, we're amazing.
Yeah.
You know?
And that mediocre season is because Auburn had the amazing season.
Yeah, that's,
So,
that's true.
those are our two professional sports teams in the state of Alabama: Auburn football and
Pretty
Alabama
much.
football, the two universities.
That's no lie. While
That is not a
NFL
lie.
football will never be here.
Well, I mean, it's literally the top rivalry in the nation. Like, I don't care what you're
Yeah.
talking about, any sport, that's the top rivalry in this nation.
That's
I
true.
don't-
There's
I don't
no,
I don't care.
there's no other.
A man,
Like even ESPN.
a man
What?
poisoned some historic trees because of it. I'm sure
Yeah.
people have been murdered because of it too. But
No,
a man
that
poisoned some
happens
trees.
just about every year.
Yeah.
Someone kills somebody.
Look at this,
Just about
look at
every
this guy
year.
dancing over here. Let's see if we can get him in the shot. Yeah, there he is. Dancing in the background.
Where's he at?
Ooh! You want? So you haven't seen Star Trek yet, have you?
No,
Okay. Are you gonna go see it?
probably not. I probably fired it.
Okay.
That's how I
Do
roll.
you want to talk about Star Trek?
Yeah, get into it.
Okay.
I like the new Star
Do you
Trek.
care about spoilers? Roll Tide, feller. Yep.
No, I don't care.
Yeah, Bronco says, "Roll Tide, feller." You've been watching that D4 video. YouTuber Deluxe 4 likes to say that, but yeah, "Roll Tide, feller." that is definitely from here. But anyway, Star Trek. So we saw that movie last night. Spoilers ahead. Big disclaimer. Spoilers ahead. Spoilers ahead. I will do this again. So if you want to mute the stream or mute the video, I will do this again when the spoilers are over. Spoilers ahead for Star Trek. Yeah, Bronco, I like the crew, man. They're funny. I like BOO the most though, and he's like not in the crew, but he is. But he's not. I like him. He's a cool guy. But anyway, Star Trek. Sorry, side conversation. Star Trek. So
Yeah.
we went and saw it last night, and I was underwhelmed. I didn't think it was that good. I felt
Boo.
like it was a CGI mess. They just it's like, look at this space station that's the size of the sun, and it has 1,000 skyscrapers on these twisting pathways. I'm like, this is stupid. It's not what it would look like. There's no way we could ever build that. And then, you know, everything else kind of goes from that. There's like a massive armada of weird ships that get blown up by a radio frequency playing the Beastie Boys. I'm like,
Is it? Did they really do that?
yes.
God.
I watched that. Okay. Everything happened a little bit too fast and a little bit too unexplained for me. There's one part where they're going to save the space station. They got off the planet. They're flying a different ship because theirs got blown up. And then they're like, we have this massive army of spaceships going to destroy the space base. And we're in this ancient 100-year-old ship that crashed on the planet, but we fixed and are flying out of there now. And we're going to go one ship against this army of millions. How do we beat them? I'm like, well, in real life, you don't. You're dead. But in Star Trek land, they start talking about, well, they're communicating through this frequency. It's a high-pitched frequency, and if we blast something in that frequency, maybe they'll get confused and start running into each other. I'm like, okay, I can follow you there. I'll follow you through that one. That's fine. And then they're like, okay, what can we broadcast at that frequency, and how can we do it? And then they're like, I'm like, okay, sure, but that's very technologically challenging for what you're wanting to do. And they're like, well, we got to get close to them because the range isn't going to be very good on our signal. And we've got this old boom box with this music. I'm like, what? And it's all technical. They're all making up stuff. And so they hook it up through what is supposed to be hilarity of conversation of somebody getting zapped and then plugging it in, and the alien girl helps them. And then they're like, well, what are we going to play? We need something loud and annoying. Like, I've got just the thing. And then it's like Sabotage by Beastie Boys starts playing. You see the spaceship go towards this wave of enemies, and then all of a sudden the spaceship hits the enemies, and they start exploding. No explanation to why the ships are exploding. They're just exploding. I'm like, why are these ships blowing up? All you're doing is interfering with their communications. Why are they blowing up? I'm like, okay, whatever. It's kind of how the whole movie was. I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. I can't suspend my disbelief for your nonsense. So it's like the first two movies were so, it's like there was none of this weirdness. It was just like, it's such a cool movie with a cool, like, just ride. The second one had an interesting story, but it kind of tied into the old Star Trek movies. This one, it was just kind of, it was a Star Trek movie with a little too much Star Trek. I didn't like it. So it was decent. It's worth a watch. If you like Star Trek, you'll enjoy it. Like, I enjoyed it. I just didn't, it didn't do it for me like the other ones did. So.
That's what, like, the director, I can't remember the director's name. But he's obsessed with Beastie Boys.
It's not J.J. Abrams because he didn't direct this one, which I was kind of...
He didn't?
No.
Okay. I think it's J.J. Abrams is the one that's obsessed with the Beastie Boys.
Well, he produced it, so it may be.
And
but no, they had a different director this time around.
Well, in the last couple of ones, he would throw in things that were Beastie Boys related, like little Easter eggs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why when you said Beastie Boys, I was like, God, why'd they do that? Because it's like, all right, we get it. You like Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
Be a little more subtle about it.
Well, even the song that chose Sabotage, what movie hasn't used that as the big intro action sequence song? I mean, I can think of like, I can picture like 10 movies that have used that. Like, I'm just seeing Will Ferrell as a cop walking down the street about to do the big action sequence when it's like, I can't stand. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Use a different song. Do something interesting.
They used it in the first one, too. It's like
Did
at
they?
the beginning.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's stupid. Anyway,
It's just kinda-
spoilers are over. Spoilers are over.
Hey, come look at my foot.
What? What's your foot doing?
There's a fish on my foot.
There's a fish in your foot.
There's a little fishy on my
We went
foot.
at the restaurant we went to eat at tonight. There, they have that little koi pond, and my kids really like looking at the fish. So, reminds me of that.
There's another fishy.
Yeah. So, what else is going on in the world other than video games and our day-to-day life?
On the
I can't.
fish.
What other things have happened this week? I'm not talking
Fish
about
feet?
news. I'm just talking about interesting things. Fish feet. You fish foot. Get out of
I was farting on it. I don't know
Fish
what's
fart.
funny right now.
here. Fish foot. Get out of here.
I don't know, like, what else has been happening? But
Well, in
I
the
know what's
news, there's been a
happening.
lot of awful things happening, which I want to avoid. I want to condemn them as awful, but we're gonna have fun tonight.
Everything-
So.
Whatever happened was awful.
Yeah, it was awful and terrible, and I'm very upset by it, but I really don't care.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to be doing in Georgia, like, because we'll have
It is hot.
free time. Well, yeah, it's hot in Georgia.
Yeah, well, it's hot
It's
everywhere.
gonna be-
Bronco was saying it's hot. Yes, it's hot. I agree. I live in Alabama. It's
Yeah.
hot.
It's hot everywhere right now.
Walk outside
Um,
into a marshmallow wave of humidity and heat. That's our
God dang,
life.
It's so humid today. Yeah,
I just don't go outside.
pretty much.
I have a fan on me right now too, so
I just dipped myself in like a vat of what's it called? That stuff that takes hair off your body, Nair.
there.
So that, like, cause, God dang, it's just too hot to have hair at all. It's too hot outside right now to have skin. I was thinking about that. I was like, maybe if I didn't have skin, it wouldn't be so hot.
Yeah,
It's
maybe.
freaking hot in the south right
I'll
now.
get right on that.
Come up with a formula.
Well, since it's so hot, and that's all we're talking about, I think it's time to wrap it up. So we got anything else to talk about?
No, that's it, man. That's all I got.
All right, dog. Well, guys, that's the end of the Sunday evening chat. If you've enjoyed this, let me know. Leave a comment. You'll get hit up in the next video. Well, I'll do it on next. I don't know. I'm so drunk right now. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, if you want to ask a question or have a comment for the Sunday evening chat, leave a comment below in the YouTube video if you're live on stream. I appreciate it. We're gonna do some more stuff after this. We're gonna go ahead and end the YouTube video here. So I really appreciate you guys watching. Leave a like if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And Little Wolf does have a channel that I'll leave in the description if you want to go bother him. He does wonderful how-to videos. I was trying to text you
I
the
got
other
a new one
day
coming up.
to tell you to do one, but I don't have phone service at work. I was like,
It's it was supposed to be loading the one I'm doing now.
Ooh.
Like
a new
I'm done with it, but I was just trying to load it.
Nice. So there'll be a new video on Loon Wolf's channel pretty soon, a how-to video. They're very informative, very useful, good life hacks. So go take a look at that. And we're gonna get out of here. So, got anything else? You can say bye to the ladies and gentlemen.
Brooklyn style pizza.
Okay, ending like we began. So, I am Death from Above. I really appreciate you guys watching. Until next time, I will see you later. I see you. Bye.
Bye.